First, connecting to the people who completed. We started this exam with some bullet points. This is how we are going to write the exam. Are we able to follow that for some of you? You did it?
Yes, Shri.
You did it. Nice. So what you did? Let's listen. What point helped you?
So I did use the option that cannot be the answer. Elimination is what I have focused on, and the question has been asked for whom. So that did help me in scoring good.
You used elimination technique, which I observed. What other point you mentioned?
Who is being targeted? What the end sentence? Who is being targeted for that particular question?
Makes sense. Makes sense. So before you say who is being targeted, are you clear on project manager, team member, specific
Yes.
roles?
Yes.
Okay. That's positive. Thanks, Ankita. Anyone else followed any pattern today which showed some improvement?
Shriram, Kapil this side.
Hey, Kapil.
So, hi, Shriram. So
Yes.
even the elimination technique also pays off. So like you just need to see if you don't know the exact answer, like which options you can eliminate,
Okay.
and then attempt the question, and that's how you will end up in like answering the right.
Okay, nice. Good to know. Thanks, Kapil, for that. All right, I got two info now. One is about elimination working well and targeting on the roles. Nice. Anyone here who have read some of the concepts which helped you? That is a knowledge what you had earlier, could be of your personal experience, but you read the book of Rita or a PMBOK or Agile Practice Guide through which you got some info. So your answers are very confident. Do anyone felt it today?
Shriram, I felt it today because I have read almost 75 pages of Agile, which was not at all there in my last 3 weeks. So I've just started reading that.
Okay.
So most of the Agile questions, which I was not confident last time, this time, though the scoring is not very great though, but I was confident in the answers. It was not assumptions at least.
That's nice. That's beautiful, right? Good. Now, the more we come out of assumptions and answering, even you don't get a big score, but there is a confidence that definitely the next exam I'll do better. It's happening. Is that right?
Yes, agree.
Yeah, that is a point. All right. Any other experience towards the 4th week of exam for the people who started in the month of January? Any other experience to be shared? Okay.
I would say that, attending the classes after, even if we are reading it, the clarity of the subject becomes more, and it do help me, especially it do help me to understand the concept much more as compared to what I have previously the knowledge of.
That is nice. So class listening, reading, now it has given a little more better knowledge. Perfectly. Super good. Thanks a lot for that. I saw Puneet want to say something.
Yes, sir. Hi. So
Yes.
I saw one question which is on the DevOps, which is more relevant to software. So those kind of things where the functionally I have to choose particular things. Is it expected in the exam? That kind of a question.
That's a good way you asked. See, what happened is when we prepare this question paper, we have thousands of questions mixed with PMP and also some of the real pure agile question papers. And also some of the questions which may not fall into exam, but could be a knowledge question.
Okay.
When I say knowledge question, by answering this, your brain starts thinking. Okay, so that's the intention of certain questions. So one of these questions, when you say DevOps, a person coming from a pharmaceutical industry on the research segment definitely don't know or never heard the term called DevOps. Sure, for he or she's a different topic together. So PMI Be very careful when they put a question paper. They don't try to give a word or terminology which is a totally 1,000 kilometers away. So you can be assured that they don't do this. But in the industry, when I use the word industry, in the training industry and certification industry, question papers are prepared. One could be the real simulation model, other could be knowledge questions. So what you would have taken could be a knowledge question to make us ready with some information. Right? Very good. Nice. So now what we do is, let's start with a Q&A discussion. I'm sure after answering your exam, your brain is so eager to see why I didn't score this. And you started already analyzing, even though I'm talking to you, your brain and your eyes are in that question only. Why I missed this, why I missed this, start analyzing it. Okay. First, I want to ask some of you here, any one of you felt your scores are super high today? You felt super high, a super good score, you got it. Anyone here? When I say high, maybe you got 70% plus to you.
On 70.
Ah, exactly 70. Oh, wow. One person is here. Okay. Any other person got 70 plus percentage?
75. Even mine is also 70.
Nice. Okay. So now question to the people who got 70. Did you started 4 weeks back in this range, or you are a little different, high and low?
I remember first time when I appeared, it was 63.
Okay. It was some good improvement there. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know, couple.
And last week it was 67.
Okay.
And now it is 70.
That is pretty good. Nice. In a sense, I'm sure the question papers are different. It is not the same question paper. Maybe it's easy than the last week. What do you think, Kapil? Could be.
Probably the study which I'm doing is paying off.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. It's a mix of question paper, but I don't always evaluate by numbers. Okay, so I don't tell somebody gets higher score, they're super good. Somebody don't get super low. No, never like that. But the numbers sometimes gives it confidence. You go to gym for 3 weeks of time, come back and check your weight. At least 2 grams it should go down. If you don't feel great, right? Is a good muscle builder feels that at least 1 kg goes high. They feel great. If not, it is bad, right? So that's the intention. Question back to people here. Do you have the question paper mixed with Agile? Is it happening?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, right. Now you prepare yourself, have some questions. A person can go 2 questions. If no one is having more questions on that day, we'll bring 3rd question of yours. If not, have 2 questions, which we can discuss. It could be right or it could be wrong. And again, in this discussion, we are not expecting the exact answer. The next 30-40 minutes time is to have a conversation on the question. When you have a conversation, it is high chances are we may get some clarity on the subject, some clarity on reading the question paper. Some may be in a right view, some may be having a debatable discussion here. So we'll do both. I can see Vishnu put his hands up. If anyone have questions, put your hands up. Before I go to the Q&A discussion, I let you know that we will have a share screen. You can share the screen and you will share a question that we'll do. And on top of that, before I go there, anyone here having exam in the month of February? You planned it exam in the month of February?
Sure, I planned it for 28th Feb, but not yet scheduled.
Okay, you scheduled already. You booked it.
No, I have not scheduled it, but I'm planning 28th.
Okay, very good. This is one I heard from Kapil. Any other person?
Yes, I'm here, Vivek.
Vivek, what is your date in mind?
Yes, same. It's at the end of the Feb.
End of Feb. Okay. So you booked it? At the book?
No, I haven't booked it yet.
Okay, right. Very good. 2 people I heard. Any other from February?
It's me, Kavita.
Kavita is from February. Which date? Same date?
23rd of February.
23rd February. Very good, Kavita. Nice. 3 people. Any other?
Hi, Shri. Basama here.
Okay.
I want to plan it February end.
28.
So I have to
Okay,
take
28.
some mocks left.
Okay, very good. So far I heard 4 people. 4 people. Okay. But for March, I'm expecting a huge set of people going to come in because this batch is focusing on March. Feb, I have 4 people. The 4 of them not booked the date. Is that right?
Yes.
Not booked the date. Okay, nice. So now, first ask to you is, have you started your full practice exams?
Yes.
BQX, yes.
Yes.
I have
Samai,
not started yet.
Kapil, not.
Probably 5-7 days
Mhm.
more study time which I need, and post which I would plan like starting Thursday or Friday.
Okay. Okay. Kapil had not started it. So Kavita, what is the plan?
Yes, I have done with 3 mocks, full mocks, and tomorrow I'm attempting 4th one.
Very good. Nice. So information to people. If you are going for exam on 28th of February, at least 15 days before, you should start your first full exam. At least. The reason is, being a working professional, you cannot read every day. So you will take one exam a day, and it will take 2 days to analyze the question paper. I'm sure it will be very exhaustive to analyze the question paper. Anyone here who took full exam, analyzed all the questions?
Yes, Shri, I took 3 mock exams and analyzed all of them.
Nice. Was it exhaustive?
First one was nice. Second and third, I was not able to accommodate much.
Yes. That is a place you win or lose the game. We sometimes lose our track, get tired, we feel enough. Yeah, it's okay. Just see the question. That's a gap. So take time, analyze the question paper, plan your main exam date based on this. The 5 exams should be a very diligently, seriously, you have to involve in analyzing, because you will stay in 63, 64, 65. That's the score you get. Next time you will take again 65 or 66. And you'll be surprised why it's not improving. One, our reading ability will not change overnight. That's our habit. That's how you read the question paper. Even though you do multiple times, you can't change immediately. But when you analyze the question papers, chances are it will increase 2%, 3%, something will improve. And also, another thing is, when you analyze it, you should see where are the areas you don't understand the concepts. You have to go back and read. That is why you read the book Rita 10 efficiently. You read Agile Practice efficiently. You don't jump between too many books. Keep 1 or 2 books, so that it will be easy to go back and see, okay, in communication management, this area came in, but I'm not clear to answer it. Let me read what it is, only that paragraph, not the whole subject. If you read that one area, confidence level starts going high. So people going for February, have your exam planned already. I heard 3 of them said already did. I heard Kapil going to give some 7 days of time. Now here, the days I asked 15 days is keeping in mind of working professionals. And if you have good amount of leave you're going to take from your office, or you're in notice period in your office, or you're fine with your management that you can read, then it's not 15 days. It can be lesser than also. But a decent time is 15 days, because there is something called digestion time for our brain. This concept is not a mathematics, a plus b the whole square. 3 times you read a plus b whole square, you'll get it. But management is not like that. If you read 100 times, 101st time, it will be something different. Even the classes what we took, while recording or listening, you are fine with some concepts, or you cross-questioned me. Same video which you listen to me, listen again after reading book. Have anyone done it? After reading the book, have you listened to the recording?
Yes, it is really helpful.
Do you find some difference what you observe the second time when you listen?
Yes, so much of difference, so much.
Right. So while you listen first time, it's different. While reading and listening is different. Some people really want to materialize out of it. They do it. They go listen again, get the knowledge. It is not only for PMP, it's for the whole life in your project management. So the message here is, for people going for February, super good. I'm happy. I'm with you to support you, but have this time of preparation going for it. Can I assume all 4 of you with me in WhatsApp with your scores? Are we chatting regularly?
Yes, Shri.
Yes.
Shri.
We are in chat regularly. Nice. Nice. Good. Good. Thanks a lot for the February batch and February people. And this is a message to the people going for March. People going for March, did you observe what I said? What do you have to do?
Yes, Shri.
People going for the March exams, I think you got a clarity that what you have to do 15 days before you have to start your test, full exams, at least minimum. Before that, if you start, it's up to you. 15 is needed. Stay in touch with me so that I know where you are. Right? Super good, guys. Thanks a lot. Now what we
I
do?
have one question.
Yes, Vinay.
What I observe, every week my scores are coming down. They are not improving.
Okay.
And today, what I face, I'm not able to complete my timeline with a question number. I finished just 30 question in 1 hour, but previously I'm able to finish.
It means you're getting more knowledgeable. When you are very young in age, you don't read any newspapers, you don't watch anything, so you run on the road and play very happily, freely. The more you read a news article, more you learn about the world, you're very scared to go to the road. That is what happening now. You are in the stage where you learned more information, and this information is not converted into answering now. You are between information and answering. You have information, but when you read a question, you are not really judgmental. A or B. It takes time for you. Or maybe you choose, but you're not still confident to tell what it is, which means your brain is still digesting the content. So don't worry about it. Don't strain too much. It won't work. You have to give that timeline. It's okay. Take analysis of this question, what you took now. Give little time, automatically it will get digested. It is something like a long object you try to see, it's not visible. You keep on zooming like this, you can't see it. Just relax and watch, you'll see the object. So that is what is happening for you. It's not only for you. Many in this room will have the same habit. They learned, but still they can't answer, which means your brain is needing more time to digest it. So now analyze this question paper. See why I'm reading the question third time, which means I am so eager to answer rather understanding the concept. That could have been driving much of your time. The more time runs, the more agitated or more pressurized you feel yourself. You feel, man, I'm reading third time, still I'm not getting it. So you somehow I will choose an answer. You will choose answer.
And one more problem is that while eliminating the questions, sometimes it's happening that I'm eliminating the right answer also.
Happens, right? It's happened. Not only for you, many will happen.
So how to overrule this or how to mitigate this?
Let's see that. That's what people put the hands up here. Let's see each question, what they've done here, through which you'll understand the problem is not only for Vinay. It could be for anyone here. So we will see.
I have the same problem. So I think.
Yep. We'll listen. That's why the whole purpose of the Q&A session is to see it's not only me. The whole world is struggling. Let's see why they are struggling and we'll find an answer for it. Okay, good.
Shriram, one more question. Like when we have enough time left over, we go back to review the questions, right? So today I found, which I didn't do the last 3 times, but this time I went and reviewed and all the ones which I've reviewed is wrong this time. So my first ones which I had selected was correct. So
instinct, your instinct works better. This happens at home, right? You go to a textile store, you choose a sari or a dress material. You took second chance to choose it, but that won't be good. The first time what you saw color is a good color. So maybe somehow our intuition says this is right. You have to choose it. But it is a so hard bet on yourself because you cannot tell ShriRanjani is 100% ready. All the time intuition is right.
Yeah.
So I think this is called a gap analysis. You will see why I'm doing this. Okay. Perfect. Let's shall we start with Vishnu? Vishnu, Kavita, Pradeep. I see 3 hands are up there. People have questions, please put your hands up so we'll go in order. Yeah. So don't feel that we are missing you so that I know who is having questions. I'll start with Vishnu. Yes, Vishnu, please go ahead.
Hi, Sriram.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yes, you are visible. I mean, audible.
Yeah. Yes. So I'm sharing my screen. My question, one of the question which I got wrong is based on the topic of Scrum of Scrums. So the term Scrum. I am from the IT background and I work in Agile team, but I am not used to hearing the term Scrum of Scrums. So
is it okay?
So I work in a independent Scrum team. So that's why I don't have much exposure to have this Scrum. So the question was, an Agile team needs to decide who should represent them in the Scrum of Scrums. So, which criteria should a project manager use to select the best suited team member. So since I don't know what Scrum was Scrum, I just selected based on what I thought it would be the best fit. So I selected the option D. That was how long they have been working with the agile methods. But the answer was how well the member knows the work in other teams. So can you explain a bit more about the concept of Scrum or Scrums?
Yeah, we'll understand this. Before that, I would like to understand the question. In the question, are they worried about agile methods? What is actually asked in the question from your perspective?
Who should be the
Represent
person who represents represent the team in the Scrum or Scrum?
Okay, so you want a representative, right? So now what I do is, if you can stop sharing, I'm going to share something so that I'll show you what it is, because you said it's new to you.
Yeah.
I just put a Google image, okay? I didn't do too much of research. If you see here, Scrum of Scrum. Okay, let's pull out this one. You see the screen, what I'm sharing?
Yeah.
If you see here, you maybe Agile, some of them not in Agile. A team. Let's not worry about Scrum, Agile, other factors. A team is working. So this is a team. If you see here, there is a team A, there is a team B, team C. Each team has a different ways of working, different goals to work. Now, however it is in an organization, there is an opportunity where all this team could be working to a common vision of organization. Is it possible?
Yes.
Okay. You may have multiple teams in your company, but vision may be one. This vision will have a roadmap or a strategy, or sometimes we call them as a goals to achieve per quarter or per timeline. So now, even though the company has multiple teams, companies will have a big vision and goal to achieve. And all these teams could be working together to achieve it. Now, if I have one team, it's called Scrum. If I have more than one team working together, it's called a Scrum of Scrums, which helps them to put people together, one particular track to make it happen. Okay, this, I think, very common in every company. It is not about a Scrum. Leave the Scrum itself. Go to manufacturing, construction, pharmaceutical, everywhere it will be there. There is a vision, bunch of people work together because this team is specialized on something. This team is specialized on something. This is specialized on something. Now, the question is, in this whole team, whom you want to choose? I have three people here, maybe 4 people here, whom you want to choose? Who can be a representative here? Not in this place. You have to walk to the different room. In this room, you have to represent this team. If a person has to represent this team A, what kind of ability this person should have? That's a question, isn't it? Is it a question? Now keep this image in mind. Now let's go to the question what you have. Share your question. Bring up a question. Now let us see that ask the second sentence in the question. Which criteria should a project manager use to select the best suited team member? Okay, you want a team member who will be representing this team there. Now read the correct answer, read the wrong answer. See which one is fine for you.
How well the member knows the work in the other teams. That's the correct answer.
No, let's not judge it right away. Go to the answer what you have given. Let us see that why your brain thought about it.
Yeah, how long they have been working with agile methods. So in my perspective, it was since it's the Scrum of Scrums. What I thought was a person who has the better knowledge in agile methods can can contribute more on that. So it's definitely because I don't know what actually the concept of Scrum or Scrums.
Got you. But after seeing this image, at least your brain now maps up what it could be. Now, if
Yeah.
you look at the right answer, how well the member knows the work in the other teams. Does it mean that the person A has to walk to other teams and see what they do? Is it the meaning?
No, not exactly.
Not exactly. So point is, how well this person is capable of understanding the vision of the organization. How well you are clear on the goal of the program itself. When you know the goal and vision in a broader sense, even though I have 5 teams working, I know at the end of the day, all these teams are working for this vision. So one or other way, they are connected with me. If it is a construction work, I have a cement work team. I have a plumbing work team. I have electrical work team. End of the day, what is the goal? The vision is to bring up a big school or a college building. I have that vision. I'm clear of it. I know what this team is capable of doing. Now, when I go for a scrum, either in construction or in the IT industry, I can ask the right question to the right people. Are you getting that message?
Yeah, I got it.
That is a point they want to put here, scrums. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Good. All right, that's from Vishnu. Yogita says same here. Yogita, is it the same question for you? Okay, let's jump to next person. Maybe you can stop sharing, Vishnu. What we'll do, we'll go to Kavita. Here's Kavita. I'm coming in the order as the hands up there.
Yes, Sriram. I'm just
Yes,
sharing the
Kavita.
screen.
Please. Very fancy screen coming up. Is it from a Mac PC?
Yeah.
Mac PCs.
So, this question is from the last my full mock, Sriram. Today's, I did not analyze it, but I have got about getting today's test.
Wow,
Yeah.
excited. So celebration day.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. Wow, such a big explanation. This is the first time you're getting about our guide?
Yes.
Good.
So this was the question which I wanted to discuss today with you, because this question we have checked in the group also. We did not have the proper conclusion for this.
Okay, let's discuss.
Yeah. So middle part of the third sprint on your project, a major issue with the product has surfaced. This would require immediate attention from the team. However, the team required to fix the issue is expected to be more than the time left on the sprint. What should be done now? So product owner adds the item to the product backlog. Team owner adds the item to the sprint backlog. Product owner adds the item to the sprint backlog, and team owner adds the item to the product backlog. So before choosing the answer, I think here it only says what should be done now. Definitely we know in the Agile, only the product owner is responsible for maintaining the product backlog.
Right.
Hence only options between A and C. So when we analyze A and C, it says A says product owner adds an item to the product backlog, and C says product owner adds item to the sprint backlog.
Okay. All right, nice. May I understand your domain, what you work for?
I work for pharma domain.
Pharma. In pharma, what will be your job nature?
It's purely, documentation kind.
Okay. Not getting into Agile, non-Agile. You're not getting into that level.
No, we do have an Agile project for some of the software implementations.
Nice.
Tools which we use in regulatory.
Nice. Good to know. Good to know that. This question is a little tricky question for anyone. Okay. So let me listen from your understanding. From the question perspective, what is the intention of this question? What they want to learn from you?
Yeah. So in this question, they are targeting that you have, team has expected some issue has happened in between the sprint, but and this cannot be resolved within that sprint.
Not the sprint. Okay. So your understanding about Agile would be, or everyone Agile understanding is, product owner, the representative of the customer, will take responsibility of adding things into the work. Is that clear?
Yes.
Very good. Nice. So now let's see the question. Why the answer is right and wrong here. I'm seeing the answer chosen is product owner adds an item to the product backlog. It's absolutely right. This is how the product owner will add to the backlog. But we have to see the situation now. Now, middle path of a third sprint on your project. A sprint could be 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. You agree to that?
Yeah.
Okay. When they say middle, somewhere, let's take 2 weeks of sprints, totally 10 days of work, Monday to Friday, Monday to Friday.
Okay.
One Thursday evening, we are getting an intimation. There is something has happened in the product, which is a major issue. If we don't do this, our business will die. I'm talking in the year 2023. If I'm talking about this in the year 1995, 1994, 2005, the chances are they call us a change control board.
Yeah.
Once a change comes in, error comes in, it goes to the board. Can I touch it or not? Because those are the work, those days, non-digitalized work. Now we're living in a world of digitalized. Yesterday night, Adani can think something. Today morning, he can pay $1.5 billion to the US bank and bring the share value back to the system. This is possible in 2023, which is not possible 20 years back.
Yeah.
The share value goes down. You can't bring it back. Now, keeping that in mind, the second thought to keep in mind is Agile. The reason for a company choosing Agile is the business should not die.
Yeah.
That's the reason, right?
Yeah.
So now, what we are doing here is, they're saying a major issue. The word here is major issue. The moment you see the major issue, your brain should think somebody is struggling, suffocating, could not breathe. What is the first aid to be done right now?
Okay.
Okay. So now let's read the following line. This would require immediate attention. They said major issue. They said immediate attention. Very clear. Somebody is suffocating. You have to pump in oxygen now. Let's go to the last line. However, the time required to fix the issue is expected to be more than the time left on the sprint. I said 10 days of sprint in Agile. The work came on a Thursday, which means hardly have another 6 days. I know that it will take more than 6 days.
Yes.
But will that stop me? That's a question. Now they're asking you what should be done now. The answer says product owner adds an item to the product backlog. Very good. You can add to the backlog. Now, after the backlog addition, what will happen is the team will discuss it. Can we do it after this 6 days?
Yes.
And then they'll put it for an upcoming sprint, maybe 4th sprint or 5th sprint.
Yes.
Do you think your business will have oxygen up to that?
No.
Answer is no. So now let's go to real scenario. There is a application, a travel application is there. Somebody is booking tickets through flight tickets for Emirates or maybe Qatar Airlines or Indian Airlines, something they're booking. In this ticket system, the payment gateway is throwing error when you book from credit card.
Okay.
That issue has come to this team, which has already worked on this credit card. You did about the credit card in the month of December, the error has come yesterday. Will I add that error-related problem to the backlog and I will say we will see later, or in a sprint, you will bring immediately to fix it?
We'll fix it immediately.
Right. Now, somebody, Agile people who work here, Scrum team members, Scrum masters, they will ask this question, Shriram, I have read in books. The book says a sprint once planned, you should not disturb the team. Do anyone want to say yes for it?
Yes. Yes.
Right. Now, Agile says that you have to work on closely with the customer, and for the competitive advantage of the customer, we do changes.
Yes.
Right? That's a point. That's how Agile principle says.
Yes.
Also, the product owner has all the rights to stop the sprint if it is needed. If the sprint goal itself not valid, he or she can someone stop it. Guys, doesn't make sense, stop it. Okay. On top of that, I have observed, as I see some of the teams internationally, what they do every team is they call as a support or error timeline allocated in every sprint. If a sprint is at 10 days, they keep 1 or 2 days at time allocated in the whole 10 days by the team for fixing any problem which came earlier or will come middle of the sprint. Which means I don't plan my work for whole 10 days. I'll have a plan for 8 or 9 days. I'll keep some time available for handling these kind of issues. It's one of the model. I'm not telling this is the best model. I'm telling this is one of the model, which means I don't keep all my pockets always full. I keep my pockets a little empty. I know my customer will come middle of it. If it doesn't come, that's fine. I'll take some other work to do. But if somebody comes, I have it. And this is called agile mindset, not agile process. If I'm going to tell that, no, guys, you have to add to the backlog, my team will check it, we will see whether we can do it, then I do it. Then you go back to 1945, 1995. You're not in 2023. So it is not that forcing back on the customer, but we have to my customer to live. I'm talking about digitalized product, not for every product. Some product has a specialty. So now read the answer to C. Does it make any sense?
Product owner adds an item to the sprint backlog.
But do you think straight away he or she will add it, or will have a conversation before adding it?
I think she or he should check with the team before adding it.
That's right. That's a good way of doing, but I don't think they put the exact lining here. Usually when an error comes, I'll tell a real scenario. It has happened. I have been to some of the banking systems. We get an issue, they call a support issue. An issue has been reported early morning, 3 o'clock. There is some issue, the service is not running properly. The amount is not getting transferred properly. It comes as a problem issue. When I say support issue, we have to pick up immediately. The same team which is doing the banking software development also will look at the immediate issue that you have to attend it. If you don't attend it, your system starts bleeding. You understood, right? It starts bleeding already. I should have at least 5 to 8 hours of time allocated in a sprint, or 12 hours of time in the sprint to pick it up, handle it immediately. This is called risk adjustments. I'm sure we learned this in the class, risk adjusted backlog. You remember that?
Yes.
That's what come here. Now, it doesn't mean all the risk has to come here. Some which you see the immediate attention. That's what the question says. Major issue, immediate attention. It means your business is bleeding. You have to stop it right now.
Yeah. So my intention was to choose this it clearly says it cannot be completed in the current sprint.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. We know that we won't live 100 years. For that, we are still eating food every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. It's okay. We'll keep moving. That's called agility. We keep moving.
Yeah.
Okay.
And maybe if time permits, I'll take another one question. Maybe I'll park it. I'll park it if time permits. I'll take it.
Yeah, we'll come back again. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Thank
Kavita.
you. Yeah.
Okay, we'll stop sharing. I'll see who's next. Pradeep. Yes, Pradeep.
Thank you, Sriram. So now I just have two things. First is just little concern. The moment I was listening your conversation with some of folks, and I could relate to. The moment I'm going beyond my learning, reading chapters, but I'm feeling I finished my Agile one time and now about to finish Rita. I'm seeing the confusion is coming more now, like Agile concept. I know what's the answer. So today I did wrong 3 answers where I know about it. I'm pretty sure this was an end moment. I just chose wrong. So I just want to know what could be the things where I know answer. I'm telling in my team related to some sprint or anything in office. And the moment I'm choosing is choosing wrong. How?
Okay, let me see. Is it a Pradeep's problem or someone else has the same problem in this room?
I do have the same.
Okay, I hear one more person also same problem. Okay, so Pradeep, the question here is very clear that while listening is always good, it's something like you go to a church, mosque or temple, you feel very spiritual, you want to be very honest, disciplined, good. Once you come back home, you see only YouTube shorts video, that's it, you are gone. Your life is driven. So for this reason, what they did those days is every morning they wake up, they do a prayer. They go to bed, they do a prayer because people need that control. Why I put that example here is it takes time. In the sense, you listen here and now you have to read as well. Can I assume you're reading at least some time and every day?
Yeah, almost 2.5 hours every day or close to
reading. But do you feel a lot of improvement the last 3 weeks than what you were before?
Yes, that improvement. But the score is still 60-50, but improvement happened.
That's fine. You have to appreciate first what you gained.
Yeah.
Then only more gain will happen. Okay. If you don't appreciate what you gained, the new gains will be so tough for you. Yeah. So this is common. Now let me give some information what to do here. What happens is when you answer the question, many times we try to answer from the perspective of ourselves.
Yeah.
But you know how to come out of it. It's not so easy because it's you, your life, one-time life. You are used with this for years and years of time. Suddenly, if they say that look from other perspective, suddenly you cannot do that. And for this reason, I expect people to read by tense, read who's being targeted. Why I'm giving all this info is, by this, what you're trying to do is you're trying to cheat your brain. When you say cheat your brain, you're telling your brain, it's not me. It's some other place, some other situation is happening. It's not me. Some other manager, something is happening. And then you want to see the roles of managers in the sheet regularly to understand. By this, you're cheating your brain to tell, come out of me, think something else. Okay. And if that regularly happens, chances are score will go improve. But other way also it can go. If Pradeep is working in a company which is already having amazing management methods followed, you no need to come out of Pradeep. You can answer as a Pradeep itself. So that is what you are understanding right now. You're putting a basement clearly. It takes a little time. The basement cement has to dry. Once it dries, now you start building top of it. So don't get disappointed. First, feel happy for what you gained, and the rest all will automatically grow.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Sriram, just one question related to some, what do you say? Let me just quickly share. I'll not take that much time, just a small one.
Question. Yeah, today's question. Yeah. 26, 27. Okay, read the question. Seems I lost my volume. Pradeep, you are on mute. Pradeep, is anyone hearing Pradeep?
No.
No? Maybe Pradeep, we lost you, man. I don't know which question you want to read. Okay, we lost him, Pradeep. Yes, Pradeep. Sharing again. Yeah. No, again, we lost your voice. Something wrong. Something wrong with your audio. Okay, Pradeep, we can fix it up. No issues.
This is related to browser, but I'll just like won't take your input. If some innovation going on the team, okay, and your team working on your innovation, and the new idea is already 70%, 75%, you have how to develop.
I'm sorry. One more time, share it. I'll take a screenshot. We'll talk. I'll bring it up so that everyone will get the benefit of it.
Yeah, sure.
Because some will listen only the audio part of this program, so they don't get it. What I do is I will take a screenshot of it. Yeah, I got it. Yes, please. You can stop sharing.
Browser. So
yeah, no problem.
So it's talking about another same innovation happen in market, and that's release. So in that situation, how we should handle that kind of thing?
Okay, I'm seeing this question, right? Question number, what do you say? It is 26.
26.
Okay, the legal teams. OPC this question. What I'm sharing?
Yes, correct.
What is asking the question? What should the
what product owner should
do to determine the appropriate way forward? Why way forward? What is the problem here?
The same innovation happen in market with another company or another person.
Another company owns a patent of an innovation used in the agile team's product, which is now 75% complete, which means something's available in the market already. Is it a meaning?
Yes.
Okay, so what is your answer on the start?
So my thought was earlier at C, and then I thought it should be B, and then I again switched because I don't feel somewhere related. This should be legal department. Sorry, that we should go with the minimum release to the market. If something is already available in market and one patent company is holding the patent of it, so I don't feel that we should go to the market.
Okay, so okay, patent for an innovation. Okay, not all, one portion of it. Okay, in the agile team's product, which is now based. Okay, work with the legal department to find markets where the patent is not registered. How this will help you? By doing this, what benefit you're going to get?
I'm thinking like first I was thinking, see that I should terminate this project. I said, no, this should directly we should not terminate it.
Okay. But one thing I'll tell you, legal department cannot decide the project to terminate or go forward. Product owner cannot decide terminate or go forward. These are the people who implement things. Okay. You cannot take everyone has all the rights. You have somebody called portfolio manager, program manager, delivery managers. There are a sales team, multiple groups are involved. We don't want to take a decision right now. This question is not asking you whether to decide for the company itself. For you, an information has come. With this information, what you will do? That's a question scope. Okay. Sometimes when you read a question, we should read a question as what is asked. If you start looking for the whole organization in this question, it's going to be a little tough for us. Rather, I'm also seeing what best we can do. The best I am seeing an answer here is perform marginal economic analysis and identify minimum releasable feature. Let me ask somebody working in Agile here. What do you mean by minimum releasable feature? Do anyone want to recognize it?
That is MVP.
Right. Why MVP comes in this place? Any Agile people here?
To capture the market as soon as possible.
As early as possible. The feedback.
And
okay.
Also not to spend so much money or efforts where patent is already available with another company, which we may also release in near
we can see we can test the water. That's what happening.
Yes.
So we're going
the
to test
customer
the
could start using the available product in the market immediately.
So probably by releasing MVP, you can start capturing the market. And if another company is delaying their launch, then probably you can go ahead with another iteration or a release.
Meantime, our team can bring some other innovation, which is not this innovation.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. But do you think this innovation will impact our deliverables?
It may impact because if they have a better product than ours, then probably they may disrupt the market when they will come.
Yeah.
So that is the reason we should go with minimal things so that we'll not incur the losses.
Yes. Let's take this cases of Zoom. Today, if you see Zoom, they have all the features what you see in Google or what you see in WebEx or what you see in Microsoft. Do you think they don't have any patent problem here? They will have patent problem. They have patent related issues. For this, they don't stop. They keep releasing new features, keeping in mind, let people start using it, but they don't release the exact feature what has been patented. They will release some minimal level of that work, and meantime, their team work to see what is the next upgradation they can bring. Now, the point of this whole question is, if a blocker comes in Agile, will you step out or will you move forward in the year 2023? That's the intention of this question. So you're telling that even there is a showstopper or something is going to come here. I'm seeing what is the best gain I can get out of it. So you're going to see some benefit out of it and bring some features. Rightly, somebody said here, if market is not tasting it, if they feel that no, it will come out. Or you do that and your team is not capable of bringing another innovation, again, you come out. But point is, have you tested it? Are you in the market already? Did you do some incremental approach to see whether can I win the business? Now I go back to the question. Is it something from Pradeep, right?
Got it. Thank you, Sriram. I got it.
Yeah. Now you have a point with you. You said that, man, I want to stop this business. That's absolutely right. If I see from a CEO perspective, they will say, why you guys are putting all my money here? It's called a sunk cost, S-U-N-K, sunk. Money is gone.
Yeah.
But in the current world, I'm talking 2023, CEOs are eager to see, guys, how far you can go. They're ready to bet the money on to see how far they can go. They don't want to say that I will come out because they are not putting their 100% money here. How much they're putting here? They're not going to put 100%. The reason is they're doing only MVP here, which could be maybe 20% of the money. Sometimes this 20% wins a big money, like what the chat GPT is doing right now. They're pulled billions of dollars right now because of this 20%. Yet to come out. They have a big systems behind the screen, but they didn't release it. They release only a portion that itself earns big money and Google value is going down already. So you don't know which will shake the market. I'm talking about digitalized world. Non-digital also it's possible. So messages they want to see, are you a person who try to win the market?
Got
Oh, that's good, right?
Yeah,
Good, guys. Quickly, let's jump to the other person. Ankita. Sorry, Puneet, did I spoke to you?
No, Shriram.
Oh, yeah, Puneet, please go ahead.
Hi, Shriram. So I clarified, but I thought I'll just ask you. I have my exam scheduled on 21st because I decided a month back. I tried to do it, but again, as you rightly said, our ability to study was something, grasping or something. So
21st of this month.
Yeah, Shriram.
Man, are you in touch with me in WhatsApp?
No, Shriram. Like I need to. I try to just do the skim through that those stuff and try to take a mock. I'm still at around 60, I would say. But read I was little not okay because a lot of concept I didn't able to grasp it. Then I try to balance PMBOK also, but it is a different way of putting other things up.
Don't jump between books. Stay with one book.
At this time, so what do you recommend, Shriram? Like what I should do to pick up? I have put a leave for at least 4 days. So maybe I'll go for 2-3 days. I have full dedicated 8 days to look on.
Okay, help me something. Which batch you took class?
It's been almost a year, Shriram. I tried to take a July batch actually.
Surely, batch. After that, you listen any of the recordings or
Yes, Shriram. I followed your videos completely. So I actually refreshed multiple times. So that is actually helping. But Rita is really, I'm not able to grasp and move on. So that is where
Rita is not a good girl for you. Okay, Rita, how many chapters pending for you?
I try to go through it, but the only thing is my ability to grasp those is little
That's
lagging.
okay. That's okay. That's okay. You read it once.
To go through that one time completely.
That's fine.
Most of the concept I feel it is new. So that is what I was.
Okay. Which environment you work? What kind of model work you do?
So I work presently into the hardware, which is like internet hardware projects, Shriram.
Hardware, internet hardware. So you don't directly work with agile teams?
No, Shriram.
Okay, then it's risky. That is one. Agile Practice Guide book. Have you seen this book?
Yes, Shriram. I went through that.
Okay, two things happened. And in Rita, you took all the chapter test.
Few I skipped actually. I tried to take mock test here more. Actually.
Okay. And have you started? How many full exams you did?
One I have done, Shriram, which is around 58 something. I got it.
58. Okay, nice. Okay, this is a common, Puneet. Many people do this, and what they do is the last 10 days they push hard with a heavy heartbeat. They go to exam, they clear the exam. Okay.
Okay.
So what they do is they push very hard. Last 7 days they don't go to office. They sleep only 6 hours, and rest of the hour they do only test, analyze, they clear the exam. These are the people who book the exam because PMI has given deadline 365 days coming to last day. They no other go, they have to do the exam. This is the stage. If you are in that burning stage, do it.
Okay.
If not, get another 3 weeks of time.
Okay.
But after 2 weeks, you should not tell, Shriram, I'm in the same place. It should be like you did one exam, which is good. 60 is a good shot. There are many people struggle below that. So now you have to take time to analyze all these questions properly and then go back to the chapters which you feel you need more knowledge. If you feel dry reading the book, it's okay. Take chapter test in ShriLearning.
Okay.
Each test is a learning for you. Or a chapter test will have 10 questions. Take 10 questions. Take time to analyze what they say there. That's okay. You don't need to read the book. From the question, you get the knowledge. Some areas, some chapters you don't like to read, you do this way, reading those factors. And then after 2-3 days, 4 days, take another full exam.
Okay.
So you will slowly come to the level of 68, 70. That's the range you will go. And then you go for your main exams. But for this reason, you may have to incur some money because rescheduling, they'll charge you something.
No problem. Yeah, got it. Sure.
We will do it. So you have to decide whether you are in super urgency or you don't have urgency based on that. But my call is take it another 2-3 weeks later. So you can be relaxed more and clear the exam.
Okay. Thank you. Sure.
Perfect. Good. And better stay in touch in WhatsApp.
Sure.
All right. Nice. Puneet is good. Ankita.
I will quickly share my screen.
Yep. Somebody has a question, right? Kavita, you have a question.
Yes, sure.
We will see if time permits. We have 3 more minutes.
I hope you are able to see my screen. Shrina.
Yes,
So
please.
for this 28th question number 28, I just want to understand the question states Dan is assessing the skills and motivation of his project team and stakeholders. He concluded that his team is highly skilled and highly motivated. What is the best style to lead his team? I went for supporting, thinking that it's an agile team. If the team has any issues, they will come back to Dan. But it talks about a theory which I have not heard about, how to handle such type of questions.
Okay, but this is part of, I believe, resource chapter. You should see something like this. You don't?
I don't remember this. I have not come across this. Maybe I will just go through it once again. But this
Right.
particular leadership theory, I don't know, like delegating the activity. I thought because if the team themselves are capable, they will be able to, take the work and start doing it instead of delegating them the work. That's my thinking. So
Yeah. I'm trying to see something is there. In Agile books, I'm trying to pull out that example for you. Adaptive planning, where I have seen that. Team performance. There is a place which talks about it. Can you stop sharing? I'll share some info.
Sure.
I know this Agile transformation is a little tough for many of us. Do you see an adaptive leadership screen, what I'm sharing here?
Yes, I can.
What you see is a delegation, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
When you say delegation, team is highly competent, highly committed, which means they are capable of doing the job. In a leadership style, you have to only delegate it. So first of all, are you aware of a Tuckman ladder?
Yes.
Forming, storming,
performing. Yes.
Okay. When you say performing, do you think team is in a good shape right now?
Yes.
Which means they're highly competent and highly committed?
Yes.
And this is a place you can delegate the work to them. Whereas when they're in the forming and storming stage, they're still yet to mature. You have to direct them what to do. You have to coach them what to do. In a norming stage, the team will perform. So you have to support them. You have to be with them. You have to tell them, hey guys, what you have to do. But delegation comes to the stage when you are really good. When you are a child growing at your home, I'm sure your mom and dad would have mostly did this with you. But when you come to the level of maybe age of 18 or 20, at least in India, maybe after 25, we start seeing a person who can delegate things. They can do things. In some other countries, at the age of 12, they start delegating because they know they are grown up. They can do it on their own. They go out of the home. They found their college. They do the studies. So it's something like you see the maturity of your team, depending on where you are. That's what they're trying to say. Now let's go to your question. I think this is part of your Rita. Somewhere one paragraph should be there. But to go to the question, let's see quickly.
Okay, just a second.
Does it map what I said?
Yeah, I do understand now. Maybe I thought delegation in terms of giving the activity and then do it. And I thought supporting means the team will come only when they have any issue. So Dan will be working more as a servant leader instead of, that's what my thinking was in terms of selecting the supporting as a.
In the question, he concludes that second sentence, team is highly skilled, highly motivated. Do you see that?
Yes.
Which means that as a leader, you are able to either you groomed it or team is already groomed in a way, skilled and motivated. You have to follow the style. Now the word style comes here. This answer cannot go by assumption. This answer is only by book knowledge. This answer, if you do by assumption, it will go wrong. You have to know what other styles exist. Even now I showed within a 2 minute. Now you have to go back and read. Then only you will get an idea.
Yes. Yeah, because I did not come across this style. So I thought maybe.
Yeah, of course. It may not be all the books, but the styles will be in all the books. So you can read. And even internet, you will get it. You just go for leadership style, you will start seeing this.
Okay, sure, Sriram. Thank you.
Nice, good.
This is part of Rita, I think, Sriram. It is yes.
It's not there? Oh.
It is there in the Rita.
I'm sorry, what do you say?
It is available in Rita.
Nice, good. Sometimes I don't remember which book I read.
Yeah.
Thanks for mentioning. Ankita, did I spoke? Oh, you are the one I spoke. Okay. Ankita, did I reply your WhatsApp? You asked me some questions.
Yes, Shri, I got the
Replied.
response. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, nice. Basama, did I pronounce you correctly?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
let's
Shri.
go.
So Basama here. Yeah.
Yes.
Mine just questions now. I'll not share anything. I just want to discuss something. There I find some questions which relate to what is the input, like what will be the output process. So will there be such questions in the exam, or this is just to test the knowledge of ours?
Yeah, it's a knowledge question. Once upon a time, it was an exam question. What happened is till 2020, December 31. Yeah, December 31. Till December 31, 2020, it was an exam question. They ask you if something has to be done. A project charter has to be prepared. What all can be input? Business case, benefit management details. What will be output? Output is a charter will come. What tools you will use to get a charter? We will have a group meeting. We will have a sponsorship discussion, expert analysis. So they thought a manager should know all these things when you want to prepare a charter. But now they think it's not only a manager does it, it's a collective work. So I don't want to talk about input tools and techniques. It's all inbuilt thing people has to know. So PMI pulled out all these questions. But we have a question bank which has thousands and 10,000 questions there. And we have pulled out some questions. Some we kept it purposefully because when I ask such question, some of you go and open the book and see what it is. So that's the reason you have it. Answer you. Such question will not come in exam. That's a knowledge question for you.
Is it holds good for the tools and techniques also?
Yeah, of course, right? All three: inputs, tools, and techniques. Again, outputs, all three.
My second question is whatever straight line questions comes, right? I'm making mistake there, which is regarding one of the example is like PMI ethics, like respect, honest, and responsibility. There, whatever honesty, respect, responsibility. One more is I forgot.
Fairness.
Fairness. Okay.
Fair and lovely. Fair and lovely.
So I remember this.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, these questions are like confusing for me. Even they're one line question, and I find confusing there. And where can I make like good progress by reading this thing? I read like 3-4 times. It's not like I did not put my effort. I put my effort, but still I find there is a confusion.
You mean ethics related questions are tricky?
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, it will be tricky because they will tell that there is a client who want to offer you $10,000. Will you accept the money, or will you take it as a gift? Something like this. They will put a question. You will get a good scenario explained in exam. Don't worry, they won't give one line. They'll give a scenario. But this question is not only tricky for you, for many of us, because some of the countries accept that as a gift. Some of the countries reject it and tell us, no, you should not. Now, the main point is when you read these ethics clearly, the 4 points, what you said now, along with the project manager role, I would have said this before, repeating again, you should know the roles of the manager, team member, product owner, sponsor clearly from PMI perspective. And then read the ethics, the document which has 2-3 pages. And what in ethics they say, responsibility. What is your responsibility on making a decision? Are you owning your decision? What is the fairness you have when you handle with your customers? So now when you read this ethics carefully, keeping in mind your roles, chances are you get close to the answers. Not only this question, any question. So to tell you that it is not that easy, because ethics, sometimes we have to have that part of our day-to-day job. It is not happening in many companies. That is also the reason sometimes we don't get it correctly. So answer you back, please see the roles, read the ethics, see the bridge and connection between that. I request many people to take a white paper, write down all the roles, what the manager, team, sponsor has to do, write the ethics, put an arrow for it and see where it is mapping. If you do that, chances are it may improve. It may give you better knowledge for you. Got it?
Sure, Srini, definitely. Thank you so much.
But Basama, keep in mind, I know you're going for exam another 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
I give this as information. Please read the rules plus ethics very carefully. It will help you to solve a bunch of questions in main exam. not ethics oriented question, a general question. A general question also has a ingredient inside about ethics. PMI whole question paper is formed based on ethics and roles. If you're clear on ethics and roles, on top of that, your knowledge, scope management, schedule management, agile management, this all comes later. But the base is PMI ethics and roles. You should be very clear of it.
Sure.
Perfect. Super, Basama. All right. It's 12:37 for me. I think from India, it should be evening, getting closer to the main class. I have Kavita had a question. Kavita, you want to bring up that question quickly?
Yes, Sriram. I'll just share my screen.
Yep. Let's take this as a question. Do anyone else have anything to be discussed? Please put your hands up quickly.
Shriram, I also had one question. So if time permits, I will also take.
Okay, we'll take that. I will take this. I can see a question here. By the way, people in YouTube, if you have a question, please feel free to put there. Let me see if you can read your questions.
This is again the agile related question, Sri.
Go ahead, read out.
You and your agile team are developing a new workflow management system for your organization, and you are required to produce detailed software documentation. What should you do as an agile practitioner? So the answers are: use traditional project management practice to manage this project, develop the required documentation as part of the project, reject the policy as it is against the Agile Manifesto, educate the higher management on why you will not be developing detailed documentation on this project. So the question says you are managing one, new workflow management for your organization, and it is a request that you have to prepare detailed software documentation.
You're required to. You're required to.
Yes.
Okay. It is not mandatory. It is required.
Required. What should you do as an agile practitioner?
Very good. Nice. So what is your thought here? Why you went to answer D?
Yeah, as per the agile principles, detailed documentation is not preferred always. Instead, working software. So that's how, directly I have eliminated the option, reject the policy as it is against Agile Manifesto. And again, we cannot go back to the traditional project management just because of request of the documentation. These two I have eliminated, but again, there is a confusion between these two. Develop the required documentation as part of the project and educate the higher management. And since Agile is directly do not favor the detailed documentation, I did not choose this.
Yeah. You're correct on the point of detailed documentation, but that doesn't mean that we don't have documentation. In Agile also, we need documentation, like what you have, your high level vision documents needed. You need a release details needed. You have a high level backlog information needed. You don't sit and type in a Word document, which we used to do 10, 15 years back. Now, whatever you have is a live document. I believe you're working in a Jira board.
No.
You don't do. Okay. There is something called Jira, Microsoft projects. These are tools which record the needed information about the project, what requirement they need, what risk they have, what are the dependencies we have, which means in Agile, required document. You have to look at the word required. Required could be high, low, medium. The word in the answer B says required documentation. That is what the Agile looks into. In Agile, we need document. Without document, you cannot survive. But the required, when I say required level, that is up to your team. You can decide, which will make you and to understand. In some company, if I go and buy, I ask them, give me proper bills and slip, because I never got a trust with these guys. So ask them, give me proper bills, put a signature on it, then only I'll buy a product with you.
Yeah.
If I buy in Amazon, I don't think much about them. I just order it. I don't even bother what they do, because I know they have a tracking system well organized.
Yeah.
Anytime I can go and see Amazon, it'll have a history of all the information.
Yes,
so it purely depends on the trust level, where how much information is needed. So in Agile, we'll keep it free. We don't put a rule that everyone has to put signature to get the document. But minimal needed document, which will make your project to move forward, that should be there.
Okay.
That's the meaning of this question.
Got it. Got it.
Got it?
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Perfecto. Let's go to Kapil quickly. Yes, Kapil. I know time is up there. I'm seeing Ankita putting hands up again.
I believe my screen is visible.
Yes, yes.
So my question is regarding this question. So it says like most of an Agile team members are away for a month, but the project needs to keep the to make up the progress, and the project manager outsources the work to overseas contractors to work remotely on the stories. In their first sprint, the overseas team did not understand certain usability requirements, but still managed to complete 5 stories that were previously blocked because the original team could not have handle the algorithmic complexity of the work. What should the project manager do in the situation to make progress on the project? And the options they have given are engage an interpreter to translate all the requirements. So this is like I assume like it is not correct, so I have not paid attention to it. Assign all the usability stories to the remaining local team members. So this I selected considering like it's not all the team members are unavailable. Some of the team members is still available in the team. And third option says prioritize the backlog to match the remote team's skill. So I have not paid much attention considering like backlog reprioritization would be ownership of product owner, like comes under him. And the final option is find another remote team for better linguistic skills. So this also doesn't applicable. So I'm a little confused, like among B and C.
Okay, let me quickly see the question there. If you see the third sentence in the question, in their first sprint, the overseas team did not understand certain usability requirements, but still managed to complete 5 stories that were previously blocked because the original team could not handle it, which means your team is not capable of handling locally, which has been handled by them, which is they are specialized, but not super good they did, but they did 5 story points. Do you think that team which you recruited remotely for some reason, they are able to do something better than this team?
Yes.
Okay. Now, when you go by your answer B, do you think you're going back to the same circle where your team is not able to do it?
So I assume like the algorithmic complexity one could be transferred to the overseas team, and the usability stories where outsourced team couldn't able to deliver, they can be delivered from
the question doesn't tell they didn't deliver. They're able to complete 5 stories, which means for the first sprint, they did something. They didn't do 0. The question is trying to see your mindset of agility. That's intention. I'm sure you like this question. You want to see, make a best out of this question. You want to save the project. You want to save the company. You started thinking in that dimension. See from the question perspective, they want to see your mindset, how you are agility. Are you accepting your team's failure? Are you giving a psychological safety for them? Are you appreciating their 5 stories, what they completed, and you're going to reprioritize and give them something which is a lightweight can go right now, heavyweight can come a little later? Are you thinking in that dimension?
Yeah, that's true. But again, like backlog reprioritization would fall under product owner's job or responsibility, isn't it?
It's okay. I say again, the question is not worried on the process, right? They're trying to see how we are moving forward. What should the project manager do? By the way, project manager role does not exist in many agile companies.
Yeah,
they want to see you, what you're thinking there. Maybe a product owner is reporting to you as a project manager. The whole team is with you. I don't want a project manager to go open the system and do the thing, but are you thinking that direction? That's our intention of the question. What should the project manager do in the situation to make the progress on the project, to make the project move forward? I'm trying to encourage my team to tell guys, you're doing good job. 5 you completed. Okay, guys, let's reprioritize it. Give something lightweight right now. Heavyweight can come next sprint. Something like this. Are you seeing that team grow forward? Are you giving that safety for them? That's a question.
Okay, got it, Shriram.
Yep.
Yeah,
perfecto. Let's quickly get inside. Time up there. I have Yogita. Yogita, what's the question you have? Meantime, I saw Ankita, hands came up. You have anything to ask?
There was this question which I'm not sure. I'm trying to just set up my mind in that way that I accept it, but if I have a time, I will quickly share my screen. So Shri, this question number 13, if you're able to see my screen.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so due to the market change, a company decided to speed up its product release schedule, moving from yearly cycle to quarterly cycle. The project manager viewed this as a great opportunity to use an agile life cycle, but upper management is not sold on the idea. What should the project manager do to increase the chance of success by using this project? Now, after getting this wrong and I was going through the explanation, I just wanted to confirm that when we are talking about moving from yearly cycle to quarterly cycle, does it mean that the study is already in the agile way of working?
Not necessarily, right? Even the non-agile can be quarterly. Nothing stops us. I can go by phase 1 release, phase 2 release, bullet train project. Bullet train project, every 5 years you can release something, or every 1 year you can give 3-kilometer stretch. Nothing stops us. But the point is the selling. How can you sell it? That's a question mark here.
Yes. So the reason being, because I did not find answer B to be the option B to be the answer. The reason being because the upper management is not sold out on the idea of agile way. That's the reason I did not went with the product backlog.
So the question is asking, what should the project manager do to increase the chance of success? Which means, what is the early fruit, what you can get out of it? So if I can put an MVP, if I can show the backlog, hey guys, we have 100 items. In this 100 items, if you take these 3 items to the market early, chances are you can sell it again. Not sold on the idea of agile, but agile is a process. What you're talking here in the question, answer B is a product. Many people don't understand the process, but when you say that, the business will get us a 1 billion revenue in the next 3 years or 3 months, they'll be excited. Agile is different. Agile is different. Product is different. What you see in the answer is product, not agile. Agile helps you to do that. Okay.
Got it. Thanks, Shri. This really clarifies. Thank you.
All right, guys. Any other questions? If not, I know I shoot at extra time. Thanks a lot for staying out here. I believe is this weekly test helping you all? Is it supporting you?
Yes, Shri.
Yes.
All right. It is not only for the exam. Are you getting some clarity for your real life? What you do in your office? Happening?
Yes.
Fantastic. So let's continue this process. And I have few people going for February exams. Keep up the momentum. Stay in touch with me. We'll work it out. I have many people going for March examination. So you all observed what happened so far, what February people are doing, how the questions are taken. From March, your maturity level will go high. So let's start working out. But this weekly test, let it keep going. Don't give up this momentum. Let's maintain the same momentum. Good wishes. And people for the January batch, we will connect in a few minutes in the online classes. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
All right. And people in the YouTube, thanks for watching here, and leave your questions in the comment. We'll come back and we'll get back some answers for you. Thanks all for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.